All right. Now, what I'm going to talk about today is this is very interesting. This has happened in the last couple of years. Uh, you all understand because you have heard a couple of times. You have heard there is something called a conscious brain and there is something called a subconscious or a non conscious brain. Have you heard or not?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, you've heard about it, okay? But that is also a thing of the past. We have moved much ahead. We have moved much deeper. Why have we moved much deeper? We have moved much deeper because the idea is people should be able to take charge of a problem. If I'm not able to take charge of a problem, if I'm not able to solve my problem, then there is no point in understanding whether I have a conscious brain or a non-conscious brain. Okay, the point is, if you are telling me something about the conscious brain or the non-conscious brain, are you giving me tools through which I can change my situation, I can change my circumstances? That is important. Why do I want to change my circumstances? Why do I need those tools? I need those tools because I always have limited choices. My resources are limited. Everybody doesn't have a lot of money in the bank account. Everybody doesn't have the right kind of job. Everybody doesn't have the right kind of life partner. Everybody doesn't have all the resources you need to achieve your aim and ambition. We are always limited in our resources. So where do we go? Nobody is going to give us 1 million or a 2 million or a 3 million. Nobody is going to hand over a job to us. We are not going to get an amazing life partner into our lap straight away. Nothing. It doesn't happen that way. Okay. Now, what I want to get your attention towards is how your brain works. So listen to me carefully. The first thing I want everybody is to quickly write down all the things which matter a lot to you. All of you. Write down. They matter a lot to you. Whether they are, whether those things are going on the right track or those things are not going on the right track doesn't matter. I want you to write it down. Suppose your career is going on the right track, you are happy with your career, but you think your career is important for you. I want you to write it down. Write down career. Suppose your marriage is going very well, you are very happy with your life partner, and you're very happy with your family life, and that is important for you. Even if it is going very well, write it down. Suppose you are a businessman, you're an entrepreneur, and your business is not going very well, but your business is important for you. It means a lot to you. I want you to write it down. So, write down everything that is important for you, whether it is going in the right direction or it is not going in the right direction, doesn't matter. Okay, write down. Write down everything. Don't worry. Don't think, "Arey kya hoga? Oh, this has never been solved before. I have been trying it for the last 5 years, 10 years. ऐसा ही है." Don't think like that. Write it down. Write down everything that matters to you. Okay. Anushka is done. Anushka, how many items? Don't tell me the items. Just say how many. Number.
Six, six.
Six. Six. Okay. Don't tell me the names of the items. Out of these six items, how many are going in the right direction, are going great?
Three are going great.
Three are going great. And remaining three are not so great. Am I
Not so
correct?
great. Yeah, yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. Very good. Very good. Okay, let's go to Avnish. Avnish, how many have you written?
Four.
Four.
Yes, sir.
Okay, don't tell me the names. I'm not going
Yep.
to get into your personal life. I'll keep your privacy intact. Okay,
Yes,
that I
sir.
will not
Mm.
touch. Tell
Mhm.
me out of four items, how many are going great? And tell me honestly.
None of them.
None of them. Very good. I really appreciate your honesty. God bless you. Very good. None of them is going great. Okay? Keep it there.
Yes, sir.
Keep it there. I'll just now show you how your brain works. You will just get a live example of how your brain works. Okay? Gaurav, let's go to you. Tell me, how many items?
So a total of four items, out of which I think 70% of each is going great.
Uh huh.
30%, 30% in all the aspects. I would say I need some, I need to work
Okay.
on things.
Awesome. Very good. Okay. Now, what you need to do is, what you need to do is just write against these items. These are called concepts. These are called concepts. 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 Write against them concepts. These are your concepts. So, your brain, the first thing your brain does is it looks at the world, it looks at the world and chooses the concepts. It chooses the concepts. Okay? That is the first step the brain does. So, it has chosen the concept. Agnish's brain has chosen four concepts. Anushka's brain has chosen six concepts. Gaurav, I couldn't hear you properly, but I think you said four concepts.
Yes, four.
Four concepts. Okay. Now, this is the only thing you are aware of. Now, whatever I'm going to tell you, you are not aware of. Your brain does that inside. Your brain does that inside, and you never become aware of it. Since you are never aware of it, you remain confused what is happening with me. That is the problem. So, that is the problem I am going to solve today for all of you. Next step is the brain. Okay. Okay, somebody else has joined us. Is that Sahiba? Hi, Sahiba. No, that's not Sahiba. That's somebody else. Okay. Okay. Welcome. And yes, now let's go a little deeper here. What does the brain do next? The next thing it does is it starts creating frames. FRAMES, frames. What is a frame? All of you hear me properly. Now, suppose I go to a chef and I tell a chef, "Hi, chef, knife." When you hear the word knife, what comes to your mind? So the chef looks at the knife, he closes his eye, and he says, "The following things come to my mind. Number one, the table. Number two, the marble on which I cut my veggies and my meat. Number three, mutton and chicken. Number four, broccoli. Number five, gas stove. Number six, customers. These all come to the chef's mind when I tell him or I tell her the concept called knife.
Knife.
Am I clear?
Yeah.
Am I clear?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah. So that is a frame. That is the chef's frame. The chef's frame has everything related to his own occupation when you give him the word knife. So when you tell him the word is knife, the moment he closes his eyes, what all comes to the chef's awareness is, conscious awareness is the table, the cuttings, marble, mutton, broccoli, veggies, utensils, uh, gas stove, chimney, these things, and the gas. Okay? That is for the chef. When I say the same word to a murderer, I say the same word to the murderer. Hello, murderer, knife. What comes to your mind? He will close his eyes and he will tell you Kolkata, Howrah Bridge, a person walking alone, 20,000 rupees, blood. These things will come to his mind. Am I correct or not? Are you able to understand what I just said? Okay?
Absolutely right.
Yeah. So now you know the importance of concept. Okay, concept is an individual thing and everybody has his or her own frames for each concept. Okay, for each concept you have your own frames. What I want you guys to do is very quickly pick up one thing that is going right and pick up one thing that is going wrong. Just pick it up, close your eyes, and ask yourself, when I think about this thing, what all comes to my mind? And write it down. Create the frame for both the concepts. Create the frame for both the concepts. And take one from the bad and one from the good.
Done.
You have picked up one concept from the good, one concept from the bad, and for the good you have written all the elements that come to your mind, and for the bad you have written all the elements that come to your mind. Am I correct so far?
Correct, sir.
Yeah,
Right.
correct so far. Okay, okay, awesome, awesome. How many of you have heard about dopamine? Dopamine. Okay, Gaurav, have you heard about dopamine?
Yes, yes.
Okay. uh Anybody has any idea what is dopamine?
It's a hormone, right? Where when we hug someone, our body leaves some kind of hormone. It's called dopamine, right? Am I
Okay.
correct?
Yes, you are correct so far. Yes.
It's a happiness hormone. We get it
Yeah.
through doing the activity which we love.
Okay. Anybody else? Gaurav, you
Fair
want to
enough.
say something?
Fairly, what I wanted to say, they have already
Okay.
said
Avnish,
it.
you were saying something.
Yeah, I was saying the same thing. Like what Anushka said. Like it's a happy hormone when we do some activity which we like we hug someone which when we hug someone which we like, right, our body releases some kind of hormone which is called dopamine.
Okay. All right. Fantastic. Can I request one thing to all of you?
Mm.
Can I request all of you to pick up this definition you have in your head and throw it out right away? Can I ask you to do that? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Just throw it away and now listen to my definition very clearly.
Mm.
Dopamine is the world's number one commodity today. Dopamine is a $200 billion industry. 200 billion. Have you heard about people going for cocaine, people going for intoxicants and all these pills? Have you heard?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, yes, you are correct. Dopamine is a neuromodulator, it's a neurotransmitter. It's like a hormone, okay? But there is a difference. There is a big difference. There is a neurotransmitter called serotonin. There is a neurotransmitter called oxytocin. There is a neurotransmitter called norepinephrine, epinephrine. There are a lot of neurotransmitters. Those are good. Those are important. Why is dopamine so important? Because dopamine gives you the feeling of being rewarded. It is not merely a happiness hormone. It is not merely a, a, a goodness transmitter. It makes you feel like you have achieved something in life. That's a big difference. Ladies and gentlemen, there is only one lady and the rest are gentlemen over here. Lady and the gentleman, now you understand why cigarette and alcohol are so much in demand. Cigarette and alcohol, the moment you drink alcohol, the moment you smoke a cigarette, it the intoxicant goes into your head and it releases dopamine. The moment your alcohol and cigarette release dopamine, you feel like, wow, I have achieved something in life. Dopamine ends boredom. It ends boredom. But Anushka wants to ask something. Okay, yeah. It ends boredom. Now, there are a lot of other things in life which end boredom. Sex is one, cigarette is another, alcohol is another, entertainment, movies are another. So they all end your boredom. How do they end your boredom? The moment you watch a web series, that thing goes inside your head and releases dopamine. The moment it releases dopamine, oh my god, you feel, wow, I have watched something. My life has a meaning. I am doing something amazing in life. You are not addicted to cigarette. You are not addicted to OTT. You are not addicted to Games of Thrones. You are addicted to dopamine. You want dopamine. You want to release it. And if it is not released, you start feeling boring. You start feeling boredom. So you look around. Oh, I'm not feeling rewarded. I'm not feeling motivated. I want something. So what did these guys do? They invented cigarette. Just smoke one. It releases dopamine instantly and gives you the feeling of being rewarded for almost 2 hours. One cigarette can help you feel motivated for how many hours?
2 hours.
Cocaine. Cocaine is 10 times more powerful. That is why it is so expensive. Okay? Now, your frame. You have your frame ready in front of you? You picked up two concepts.
Yeah.
Your frame. Your frame do not get into action. Action. Action means movement. The elements do not start coordinating together and a motion picture is formed. It does not start till there are elements in the frame which are helpful in releasing dopamine. Is there something like a cigarette or something like a cocaine in your frame? Please check. I don't mean literally. I don't mean literally. I don't want you to inhale cocaine or something. I'm saying, are there elements in your frame which help you release dopamine? Are there or not? Check and check carefully. I also want you to check, are there elements in your frame which are giving you stress? Stress. Check. Check. Those elements which are giving you stress. Stress. What does stress do? When you get stress, cortisol is released. Cortisol. So you feel stressed. You are not able to take action. Are there elements in your frame which are giving you stress? If there are elements in your frame which are giving you stress, encircle them. Encircle them. Okay. I'm not going to ask you to give me the names. I'm just talking about number. Anushka, in the concept which is not working for you, in that concept there is a frame. In that frame, how many elements are giving you stress? How many?
Most of it.
Most of it. Guys, do you hear it? Most of the elements are giving stress. Point number one. Point number two, Anushka, is there any element there in that frame which is giving you dopamine rush?
None of it.
All of them are giving stress. Nothing is giving dopamine.
There is not even a single element which is
Yeah.
giving you dopamine. How will the bus move? Your brain is releasing only and only cortisol and norepinephrine when we think about that concept. Whenever you are thinking about that concept, your brain pulls up the frame. The frame has only stressors there. There is not a single element which is giving you dopamine rush. When there is not a single element which is giving you dopamine rush, how is the vehicle going to move? It's not going to move. Your frame is not in motion at all. Gaurav, uh, do you have? I think you said yes. You have one concept which is going well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
In that concept, there is a frame. In that frame, uh, how many elements are giving you dopamine rush?
Almost all of them.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Are there any elements which are giving you stress?
Not really.
Not really. Okay. Okay. We'll come to this also. We'll come to this also. Uh, Gaurav, in the concept which is not going great, how many elements are giving you dopamine rush?
See, I believe one of it, but not fully. But yeah, one of it.
None of it. None of it.
One of it. One of it.
One. Only one is giving you rush.
Yeah.
Yeah, great. And how many are giving you stress?
Three.
Three?
Three. Yeah.
Okay. Now listen to me carefully, Gaurav. Okay, just listen to me carefully. And I'm going to give you around 2 to 3 minutes to think about it. You have one dopamine source and you have source for three stressors. Look at it carefully and tell me, out of these three, which one can you remove from your life? Take 2 to 3 minutes. Take 2 to 3 minutes.
Hmm.
Anushka, out of the concept which is not going very well, there are stressors. Which of the stressor can you remove from your life? Take 2 to 3 minutes and tell me. Avnish, is there a possibility to remove one or two stressors from your life in that concept, in that frame?
No,
No. Keep it there. Keep it there. No problem. Keep it there.
I cannot remove.
Very good. Keep it there. Keep it there. Very good.
If I work on them, I think I can remove all of them.
You can remove one of them if you work on them. Okay?
All of
Just
them.
keep it.
All of them.
All, all of them.
Yeah, but it will need a lot of efforts.
Beautiful. Beautiful. If you can remove all of them, that's crazy. That's crazy. Okay? Now, Anushka and Avnish, you clearly told me none of them can be removed. Yes
that's
or
true.
no?
Yep.
That's true. Okay. What are the elements you want to add in that frame which can give you dopamine? What are the elements you want to add in this frame which can give you dopamine?
few elements I can add.
Few you could. But I'm sure you are wondering, do you know all the elements which you can add which will give you dopamine? I'm sure not. You don't know all the elements. Am I correct?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Gaurav, am I correct? We don't know all the elements which are possibly out there which will add dopamine to my frame. Am I correct?
True, true, true.
Not all the elements. And that's where lies the bloody solution. That is what I'm looking for. Because as long as my stressors are there and my dopamine is in less quantity, my frame will not start moving. My frame will remain there. It has to move. It has to move. Avnish,
Yes, sir.
could you see any dopamine ka source? Any element that you can add? Tell me
Yes.
honestly. Don't tell me for the sake of formality. Tell me
No, 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 no,
honestly.
sir. I'll be 100% honest, sir. There are few things.
Okay? Tell me.
Yeah.
They those which can be added and they can give
Yeah.
you a dopamine
There are
rush.
four. Yeah. There are 4, 5 things which can be added.
Kya baat hai? Beautiful. 4 5 6 is a large number. Is a large number.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
But at the same time, you all know that there are a few things which you are not aware of.
Of course.
So those are the things which we discover in at least 10 to 12 sessions. Those are the things, because if you see, if you look at it carefully now, whatever is good, it is good because it is moving,
Mm.
it is in action. And whatever is in action has lot of sources of dopamine in it. Whatever is not good is not good. Why? Because it is not moving. There is no action in it. Why is there no action in it? Because my sources of dopamine in it are limited or negligible. The stressors outweigh the dopamine. Now, this is where the brain science, whether it is NLP or the neuroscience, the cognitive neuroscience, the cognitive psychology, the behavioral science, has done a great deal of advancement. We have been able to go into your brain. That takes around 10 to 12 sessions. We go into your brain and we pull up all these sources of dopamine that are possible for you. And once those sources become part of the frame, your frame is suddenly in action. That's the beauty of it, and that's the difference. That was all today. I want to leave you guys with a lot of thought. I want you guys to look at your frames. You guys told me yourself that there are possible sources of dopamine. I really want you guys to think over those possible sources and see how you can involve those dopamine sources in your frames. I am challenging it. Within a week or two, your frame, which you said is not good, will suddenly be in action and become totally. All right. Thank you very much. That was all, and I will have individual conversations with you guys later on. But for now, thanks and see you guys. Bye bye.
See you.
Thank you
Bye
so much,
bye. Take
Mrinal,
care.
sir.
You're welcome. Bye bye.
Thank you.